On December 29, 2024, Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed undisputed king of cringe, dropped a bombshell on Instagram. He is taking on Conor McGregor. This announcement has stirred the pot in the combat sports world, prompting mixed reactions among fans and analysts alike. Critics argue that Jake Paul, a YouTube star turned boxer, is merely dragging boxing's reputation deeper into the mud for yet another carnival act. Paul claims that McGregor has been selfish throughout his career, suggesting that a fight between them could serve a greater purpose. "We need all the help we can get in making this union," he proclaimed. This statement seems more like an attempt to garner sympathy than a genuine call for unity in the sport. The absurdity of this matchup cannot be overstated. On one side, we have Paul, whose boxing career has flourished largely because of his ability to entertain rather than demonstrate legitimate athletic skill. Jake Paul boasts an impressive record of 11-1, but most of those victories come against a parade of retired MMA fighters and washed-up boxers. His crowning achievement, a win over Anderson Silva, came when Silva was well past his prime. Paul has built his reputation on entertaining audiences rather than proving himself against legitimate competition. His recent exploits, such as a dubious victory over a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, have only added to the skepticism surrounding his boxing legitimacy. Then there's Conor McGregor, once a trailblazer in the UFC, whose career has been in decline since his infamous bout against Floyd Mayweather in 2017. McGregor, a two-division champion, now appears more invested in promoting his whiskey brand than in actual fights. His last significant moment in combat sports was breaking his leg in 2021, raising questions about his ability to return to form in the boxing ring against a younger opponent like Paul. This fight is being touted as the fight of the century, but many see it as a blatant cash grab. Reports indicate that it could generate a staggering $250 million, turning a YouTuber and a semi-retired MMA star into instant millionaires. Forget about skill, legacy, or competitive integrity. This matchup is all about drama, pay-per-view sales, and the spectacle of it all. The new motto for boxing seems to be, "Why fight for glory when you can fight for clicks?" The fight is set for Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium, a venue that holds 33,000 people but will cater to millions via pay-per-view. The event is backed by Indian billionaire Anant Ambani, who is reportedly funding the fight as part of a tourism campaign to promote India. When you think of visiting India, swinging fists between two wealthy men likely doesn't come to mind. Yet here we are. Beyond the money, the pre-fight drama feels more like an extended episode of a bad reality TV show than a legitimate sporting event. Jake Paul has been trolling McGregor for years, throwing tantrums and engaging in over-the-top trash talk. Instead of ignoring Paul, McGregor has bitten the bait, and now we have two grown men turning boxing into a sideshow. This fight isn't about proving who's the better athlete. It's about Paul finding another way to boost his overinflated ego while cashing in on his need for attention. As for McGregor, he likely sees this as an opportunity to cash in without facing a serious MMA contender who could risk his health. Jake Paul claims to take this fight seriously, insisting he's been training hard since January 2025, focusing on speed and agility. While he may have a legitimate boxing coach in his corner, having a trainer doesn't magically transform him into a skilled fighter. His real talent lies in conning fans into believing he is a legitimate athlete. On the other hand, McGregor is trying to make a comeback after a lengthy rehab process. While he has heart and determination, one has to wonder if his body can keep up with his ambitions. His last serious boxing attempt against Mayweather ended poorly, and the years spent away from the sport could be detrimental. As for the betting odds, it's shocking that Jake Paul is favored to win at -175, with McGregor as the underdog at +155. This situation raises eyebrows and questions about the state of boxing. While Paul has the size advantage, his career has been built on carefully curated fights against opponents who are either too old or too irrelevant to pose a real threat. The fans are divided, with Jake's supporters hyping this up as a moment where he might prove himself. Meanwhile, McGregor's loyalists are hoping to see Jake get his comeuppance. The rest of us are left rolling our eyes at what is clearly a glorified cash grab. Ultimately, this fight serves as a reminder of how far boxing has strayed from its roots. Whether Jake Paul wins or McGregor stages a miraculous comeback, the only clear victor here will be the money. At the end of the day, this isn't about sport. It's about who can sell the most drama, and these two are masters.